This is Florida Natural Farming at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I want to go check the some fruit. Kwai Muk tree, the fruit's getting close. Maybe a jackfruit. And I want to go look at the Alama tree because it had some really big flowers on it. And the Genova Red Alama, I haven't fruited Alama yet, which is kind of surprising, but hey, it's not perfect in paradise at all times. Just looking at my rare arrowheads here. Very excited about these plants. This is a philodendron luxurians that was struggling, so I chopped off the new leaves and it sent, or I chopped off all the leaves and it sent out these two new leaves. It's a pretty plant. That's the front of the leaves. Can't really get over there, but it struggled. Some of them struggle. Very few, but some of them do. We grow them in the biodynamic compost. So we care about the environment here in Florida, and we try to grow everything as close to how nature does it as possible. So we don't water and we don't use water-soluble fertilizers, and we don't disturb the soil. We focus on soil health, and by not disturbing it and applying small amounts of animal manures, zebu cow manure, daily, year-round, throughout the farm, that's about as close as natural as you can get. Right, Shelly? I noticed that my fruiting Achachero tree was, what are you guys doing up here? The bird people. I love them. They wreak havoc on fruit, but that's okay. We got so much of it, it doesn't really matter. The possums got these two racks of bananas that were right here. One right there and one right there. That's just part of it's just part of growing naturally. Because when you have something that looks like this, animals move into it. There's a lot of animals in Florida and not very much home for them. Stuff looks really good. It hasn't rained since the last time, so it's been a few days, but that's all it needed to help it along. So we're whistling ducks. So this Achachero has got new leaves on it, and it's got a bunch of passion fruit growing on the top of it, which I need to cut off. I don't think that's very good for it. Let me go over to the Kwai Muk. I'm looking at this egg fruit, canistel fruit called, this fruited last year. It had quite a bit of fruit on, well, 5 fruit for the first time it fruited. It's a little grafted tree. And no fruit this year. Had a huge flower, but I was hoping it would flower again. I'm sure it will. Just didn't set any fruit during the drought. It's Kwai Muk tree, seedling grown, fruited 1 fruit last year for the first time. I had this tree for 10 years, seed grown tree, and it fruited for the first time last year. They flower for a few years, couple of years, and fruit but don't hold the fruit for a couple years. At least that's been my experience with Kwai Muk, fruiting Kwai Muk. So all these trees, this is another Kwai Muk seedling tree. All these trees are basically these fruit trees, like the Achiro and other fruit trees, have the potential to be invasive species, and probably are invasive species. I guess that's probably what they're going to be considered eventually. And where do invasive species like to grow? The place that you don't disturb is where the pepper trees grow. So anywhere you see like pepper trees growing and stuff, it's probably pretty good to grow your tropical fruit trees in it naturally. Just crop the pepper trees out. But as a nursery, because I mean the Brazilian pepper is just basically a fruiting tree that they sell in other communities, but here in Florida it's invasive, and everyone hates it, but it gets really good biology in its roots, and that's really what you want for a natural system. So all this stuff, all this grass is where fungi and other life live. Fungi form relationships with grass. That and grass are major builders of soil structure, you know, aggregation. A lot of people think that applying compost or like chop and drop, which is compost, is building soil, the product that it creates, but that's not true. The plants and the fungi that live in the plant's roots are what builds most of the soil. The grass, for sure. So here's a jackfruit that's, this had 4 fruit on it, and the first one, it dropped like 2 of them during the drought, and the first one cracked, but this one seems okay. I mean, this is all dry farmed, and it was like severe drought. It looks very lush now, but this ice cream bean tree still has not got fruit on it. That I can see. It's huge. Is that fruit set up there? Certainly looks like it. Couldn't be. Okay, there's a little flower at the base of the flower. Looks like there's a fruit set on that. Right there, tiny little fruit set perhaps. Certainly looks like it. But I don't know. It's gonna set fruit eventually. So Ross sapote tree. So our pond is still very, 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 very low. That should all be full of water everywhere. It's brown around the edges. And higher. Seems okay though. I know there's turtles in it still and fish, but catfish. working my way over to this Kwai Muk tree. Mangoes are looking good. I wish they'd do a flush before they go into the winter, but they probably will. Okay, I see fruit on it. Good sized fruit. Yeah, there's a lot of fruit on it. Good. All right. A lot of that little fruit fell off. I did a video not too long ago and it showed like tons of little tiny, not little tiny, but smaller than that, fruit on this tree, and it fell off, most of it, which I expected to happen. Still kind of a young tree. Produced, first time it fruited, held fruit to maturity was last year. This is my favorite fruit. There's 2 fruit on there. Kwai Muk. This is a Kwai Muk tree. Kwai Muk fruit tree. The fruits get like ping pong size. A little bit, yeah, about that. And some of them are round and some of them are weird shaped. And I've had up to 7 seeds in the fruit last year. Supposedly those trees produce 2,000 pounds of fruit per acre per year, or 2,000 pounds of fruit per tree. Should be per acre, but it's per tree. Heavy producers. I see why. It's got a long season. I see the fruit on it. It's looking good. It's not tons of fruit, but it's working its way up. It's only been in the ground 6 years. It was a tiny little graft about this big, you know, 8-inch grafted tree from Excalibur, and I just put it there and didn't water it. And mowed around it and put wood chips down. I'm surprised it didn't die. 3 others died like it, but they were sickly when I got them. It's a pink tamarind tree. Sweet pink. Thai sweet pink tamarind, I guess, is what it is. That came from Excalibur also. It's white sapote is getting bigger. Didn't seem to mind the drought at all. And this Spanish lime, this is a grafted Spanish lime. I forget what variety, but it's self-pollinating. What is it, Melicoccus? Got 2 relatives of it, Talicia floris, or no, this is Talicia aviflorum. But it's had fire ants in this pot, and I haven't wanted to. These were gifts from a friend of mine, but the fire ants moved into the pots. Ugh, nasty. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, I've been watering right around here. You know, just that's why this has leaves on it. So, didn't have any leaves on it. It looked horrible. This rose, this crepuscule rose, just sent out all kinds of what could be gonna be flowers, I'm sure. Gorgeous. Looks good growing in this variegated cassava. Makes a nice trellis for it. It's a very nice rose, tea rose. Flaming tea. Beautiful foliage. Antique rose, I guess people call those. Okay, so I talked about grass and fungi, but you want to see something wicked? Because, you know, sugarcane is grass, bananas are grass. So this is the sugarcane that fell over. Look at all this fungi growing in it. I mean, look at that one there. This is the same fungi that grow inside the mangoes. That's what I'm positive, that plants can harvest moisture with the fungi that's growing in their dead plant bits that are still connected to the plant like this. Because I know these have fungi in them also. Anyway, I just wanted to show that. It just fascinates me. The chachero, fruiting chachero that has new growth on it from the rain. Usually they flower, the garcineas will flower when they're leafing, the big ones. I haven't noticed that on that tree yet, but I haven't looked either. So down this driveway I have ginger, bananas, mangoes, and at the base of every, and sugar apples. At the base of every sugar apple I planted achacha seeds. I have achachas growing all over the place. I'm trying to see if I can see one, because usually I can if I look through here, but of course today I can't. But they're here. There's one right there. That's what I mean. These trees, these fruit trees, like to grow where we're not disturbing the soil. That's kind of the concept of this. So you like the pepper tree. They grow where the lawn meets the part you're not mowing. So they'll grow right on the edge of that. So they do well. They do well in undisturbed soils. That's what I'm trying to say. We try to micromanage too many aspects individually in our farm systems, whether it be regenerative or non-regenerative. And is that a bunch of sugar apple trees coming up here? No, that's a achacha. Look at how healthy that achacha is, seed grown. But it looks like a little sugar apple seed coming up. Or no, what is that? That's a weed. Looks like it's mittens. But yeah, every sugar apple tree I planted seeds of achachero about a year ago. That's pretty good growth for achachero, seed grown. Here's the mangoes, ginger, sugar apple, achacha, mango, ginger, sugar apple, achacha, ginger, mango, sugar apple, achacha. But I don't see one growing under here, but that doesn't mean anything. It means that I might not be able to see it. I see one here. That's it. There's another one. No, that's little sugar apples. I have planted some Atemoyas at the base of these sugar apples. There's two achacha. For some reason, I guess because of the drought, the grass died back a little bit and I'm able to see them. Achachiro. Yeah, now I'm seeing them. They popped up. They just really do well when you plant them. That's what I mean. Plant them next to the pepper trees. And then there's a pepper tree growing, right? I talked about the pepper trees growing on the edges. There's one growing right there. I mow this area, that's why it looks so horrible, right next to the road. And then this is all unmowed. Working my way to the Atemoya. The ginger had some dieback from the drought. We still have sugar apples if anybody wants, but I'm surprised nobody wanted any Monstera deliciosa fruit. I tried to sell. $25 a piece. It's okay, I ate them. I bought them and ate them. Kind of screwed up, I have to buy my own fruit, but the fruit was there. The sugar apples are really good. Finally, we had a good year. It started off slow. I maybe sold some that were picked a little early at first, but I got the groove on with the sugar apples eventually. Okay, I'm going over to the llama. Bananas look good. They were looking kind of haggard, but it's that tiny little bit of rain. Possum people eat all the bananas. Yet people micromanage everything about their grow system. Probably because most people have small yards, I would say, probably, is why. There's nothing against small yards. I've had small yards. Real estate is still crazy in Vero Beach. Still. I saw this little 900 square foot house on 9 acres. Maybe it's 1,000 square foot house on 9 point something acres. And you know, about like this. Oh, these Atemoyas are looking, this one's looking swell. I'm gonna pick it. Ah, my favorite fruit. This is gonna be my favorite fruit. Yes. Priestly Atemoyas. They're good. Kind of weird shaped. Yay. Okay, Atemoya, sugar apples. It's an Atemoya. It's not very big. This is a llama. It's not very big yet. Seed grown. This one hasn't been flowering though. I have a grafted Genova red llama that is finicky, but it doesn't get any attention. And I think it's grafted on. This is a custard apple, Annona reticulata. Okay, I don't see any fruit on it, but I see a huge ass flower. The flowers are big. It should be able to set fruit. This whole section died over here. These lower branch, that lower branch right there. I saw one over here. Where is it? Can't see it from this direction. There it is. Is that a flower? Fruit, I mean. I can't see because the sun is in my eye. But there it is. Looks like a dead one. That one looks like it's gonna die. Yay. We'll get Atemoya eventually. So yeah, this little 900,000 square foot house sold for like 1.349. It has some 2-car garage that they turned it into some chapel type thing, and sold for 1.35, and I think it was April. Is it April? And now it's on the market for 1.45. I don't know. I don't really want to move to San Diego. I think maybe that might not happen. Anyway, this is Florida Natural Farming at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm.